Android users, but also on Amazon Alexa and Roku.
Download the AFR app today at afr.net. It's First Time Caller Day on Trivia Friday. The number to call with your question or your answer to a question is 888-589-8840.
It is first-time callers, so start lining up, folks. If you've never been on the show with us, today could be your day.
So first-time callers only today. Now we're going to ask 3 questions each.
The quack of a duck does not produce an echo. Is that true or false?
That falls under the category of it's just wrong.
Yes.
Come on in the back. Okay, Trivia Friday it is here on American Family Radio. Thanks for joining us. I'm Tim Wildman with Ed Vitagliano. Good morning, Brother Ed.
Good morning, Tim.
JJ Jasper.
Great to be here. Guys, what did socialists use before candles? What did socialists use before candles? Electricity.
Before they destroyed everything.
I get it now.
Well,
Yeah,
a lot of our
okay, it took me
listeners,
just a
1001, 1002, and they said, oh, that's right.
I get it now.
We don't believe in God. We hate capitalism. We don't want personal responsibility. We're not going to reward hard work. Oh, okay.
So back to the candle
How
we
do you
go.
like us now?
Right. All right, so everybody, thanks for joining us on Trivia Friday on this, what's today, Ed? November the 6th?
It is November 3rd.
Oh, public service announcement snuck up on us. We fall back this weekend. We set our clocks back an hour. Those of you in Arizona, disregard this public service announcement. Not available in Montana and half of Indiana, I think.
I want to say happy birthday to my firstborn,
Hey, happy
all right.
birthday.
Riley,
my daughter, and my only daughter. I've got 2 sons and a daughter, but anyway.
Which one's your favorite?
She's
child? On national radio. Blurt it out.
It depends on the day.
Hey, that's a good answer.
But anyway, I don't. She's born in '93. So no, no. 80. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, it's 80. 80.
I want to say. I want to hear you struggle with this.
It's 87. 1987.
What's your social security number?
Yeah. Do you really know it?
Let's move on. Anyway, happy birthday. I know it's your birthday.
Happy birthday, Raleigh.
Okay, so
she's a wonderful,
what are we doing here?
Wonderful, godly young lady.
Tell us what we're doing here, Ed.
Well, we're challenging our listeners, Tim. That's what we're doing. That's why we call this Learning University, okay? It's not just trivia, because learning is not trivial, people. So we are going to challenge you. 3 questions each we're going to ask our listeners. And we are asking you to call in, answer one of those questions, and try to stump us with one of your questions that you have for us, a trivia question. And the number to call is 888-589-8840. Remember, this is first-time callers, so if you have never gotten on the air with us, today could be your day. 888-589-8840. You'll have a total of 9 questions coming your way, all right, from us 3 professors, we 3 professors. And, JJ, one of those 9 questions, there's something special about it. What is it?
Mystery questions. One of these original 9 questions, a mystery question. If you land on it, if you just happen to land on it and answer it correctly, you'll hear this sound. Ah, the beloved cowbell. That means you'll win yourself. That means you'll win yourself a nice stainless steel AFR mug. Nice little travel mug.
Yeah, and let me put it on top of my head real quick.
Yeah, so that I can explain to people how they can see you do that.
Yeah, watch this right here.
All right, so those of you who are watching the program up from our live video stream, Tim is holding this AFR travel mug, is balancing it on the top of his head, folks.
You know, like that lady in
It's
India.
filled with boiling hot liquid. What will happen? What will happen?
This is one of those making
Now
lemonade out of lemons, because he thought that plate in his head was just going to be a deterrent and never come in handy at all.
Here we go.
All right, and folks, there are 3 ways for you to watch
One,
the
two,
video
three.
live stream of this program. You can go to YouTube. You can go to Facebook. Either place, you can search for Today's Issues. That's normally the name of this program, Today's Issues, and you may have to click through, whatever, but you'll be able to watch the live video stream, or you can go to our own streaming platform, streaming.afa.net, streaming.afa.net, and that's how you watch it. 888-589-8840 is the number to call.
First-time callers only today.
And you have to be 11 years old or older.
Yeah.
We do have a lower restriction.
Standard.
Standard.
A lower limit,
we have a lower
no
standard.
upper limit.
You can be as old as you want on the higher end. You have to be 11 years old or older. So yes, we lowered our standards when it comes to that.
All right, go Ed.
All right, here are my 3 questions. The British Special Forces Unit SAS was founded more than 70 years ago. What does SAS stand for? You know, like FBI stands for Federal Bureau of Investigation. British Special Forces, SAS, what does that stand for? Second question, who wrote the novel House of the Seven Gables? Who wrote the novel House of the Seven Gables?
Is that the one? Is that similar to the one where the 7 daughters of the Gables or?
No, you're thinking
7 brothers and
there
7
is
sisters?
a house with 7 gables in New Orleans. You're
that
thinking
what
of
I'm
the
thinking
song.
about?
Yes,
Okay.
that's got you thrown off.
That was a hit back in. That was like Van Halen, wasn't it?
I don't remember,
Yeah,
and
I think
I'm
so.
sure it doesn't have a good message.
Yeah.
All right. Johnny Carson's sidekick, Ed McMahon. Ho, 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 ho.
Tonight, Johnny's guests are
You guys are
Dom
good.
DeLuise,
Don Rickles.
Soupy Sales,
We're taking people too far back.
All right. Let me try that again. Johnny Carson.
and Cha Cha. What was
yes.
What was
that,
your name?
That goofy lady.
Huh?
It wasn't Cha-Cha, but it's close to that. It's
You know what I'm talking
Charo.
about. Charo.
Charo,
Yeah,
yes.
Charo.
Johnny Carson's sidekick, Ed McMahon, was the spokesman for a magazine subscription company that hosted popular money giveaways.
Mm-hmm.
You guys remember that? What was
Yes.
the
Yeah.
name? What was the name of the company? Ed McMahon was
I kept
the
waiting
spokesman.
for him to knock on my door and have that big cardboard check.
Never happened, though, did it?
Never happened, but it's not too late. You know, you never know.
It is for Ed McMahon.
Oh, that was dark.
Way.
Yeah.
All right, here's what is that your 3?
That's it.
Here's what I've got.
That Tonight Show in the sky.
That big couch.
So,
That big 70s couch.
so first off, congratulations to the Texas Rangers.
Yeah.
The World Series champ beat the Diamondbacks of Arizona. And my question was going to be 6 Major League Baseball teams have never won a World Series. Well, one of the ones was the Texas Rangers. So I'm going to have to change my question. 5 MLB teams have never won a World Series. Name 3 of them.
Shame them.
5 teams have never won. You're a loser, and you're a loser, and you're a loser.
Shame those franchises.
All right, now let me ask you,
Yes.
do you have any more questions about baseball? Because I have something I want to toss in about the Texas Rangers.
Toss in. I
I'm
love
gonna
what
toss-
you did there.
I'm going to toss in.
No, I do, but I may not get to those, so that's fine. Go ahead.
Okay. What was the only team this year that did not have a Pride Night?
Come on.
It was the
Bring
Texas Rangers.
Texas Rangers. Yeah, they didn't fall for that woke stuff,
Yep.
and they won, and they're the World Series champions. So, yeah, 5 teams never won a World Series. Name 3 of them. Second question, what animal logo is used by Mack trucks? What animal logo
question.
is used by Mack trucks? Even you see that little hood ornament. Third question, if you're given a dummy pill thinking it's the real one, what is the fake pill called? Let me explain that just a little bit better. So you got a blind medical study. They got 10 people. They say, we hope this pill cures this thing. We're going to give 8 people the real pill. We're going to give 2 people just a fake pill. What do you call that fake pill?
I just want to say that it's not really funny. My parents gave me a dummy pill when I was growing up, and it worked. So
Really?
I became a dummy. You get it?
A
dummy pill.
Yeah, I thought you meant.
Wow.
You're talking about. I got you.
Don't blurt the answer out.
Well,
No.
we didn't want to say that. We were thinking it, but we didn't want to hurt your feelings.
That's
Is it my turn?
Your turn, yes,
It's a
sir.
sinking feeling when you tell what you think is a pretty good joke, and everyone goes,
Well,
I don't get it.
it makes
A dummy pill. Get
a
it?
dummy pill is a nothing, but it's made the think the person think that they're getting some medicine.
Right.
Yes. And psychologically, it works on a lot of people.
Yep.
Do you tell them?
And all they were taking
Tell him.
was Skittles, and they didn't know it.
You're such a weak-minded person. I gave you nothing, and now you say you're better. Come on.
My parents gave me a dummy pill, and boy, did I feel stupid.
All right, here are my three
Double it
questions.
down.
Number one, speaking of medicine, penicillin is used to fight what type of infections? Penicillin is used to fight what type of infections? Number two, this is for a travel mug, an AFR stainless steel
wow.
travel mug. So if you can get 4 of these 5, it's one of my famous lists here, right?
Yeah.
4 of the 5, then we're gonna see.
They may be infamous lists.
All right, so I want to know 4 of the 5 most common backyard birds in the U.S. I'm talking about continental U.S., from Florida to Washington, from Maine to California, and in between. You combine everything in the United States. What are 4 of the 5 most common backyard birds? So you go in your backyard, you're most likely to see these birds in the U.S., okay? You got me?
I got it.
And if you include a recipe, we'll give you an extra bonus, extra points. Those of you in Louisiana.
Yeah,
Sorry,
yeah,
I was just talking to my Louisiana friends.
All right. Now, the third question I have is, in minutes, how long does it take for the sun's light to reach the earth?
In minutes. Okay.
How many minutes does it take? You know, the speed of light's the fastest we know, right?
Yeah.
Except for a toddler after you say, what's in your mouth? That's kind of a close
True.
second there.
True. How long does it take the sun to reach the earth in minutes? The sun's light, I should say. If the sun reaches the earth in minutes, we're all we're all pretty well. We're not going to be playing trivia. I'll tell you
No,
that right
that's
now.
right.
All right, let's go, Ed.
All right. Now, folks, it is First Time Caller Friday for Trivia Friday, but we are going to go to Ryan in Iowa because he was hanging on for about 30 minutes last week, and we promised him we would get him on first today. So, Ryan, I hope you haven't been hanging on since last Friday, but welcome to Trivia Friday.
Hello.
Hello, Ryan. Welcome to Trivia Friday. Ryan, you there?
Hi. Yep.
Okay. All right. Ryan, you want to ask, answer, or do both?
Both.
All right. Which question you want to try to answer?
The one about the truck, the Mack truck.
Oh, here's the question, Ryan. What animal logo is used by Mack trucks?
A bulldog.
Nicely
Yeah.
done. Bulldog.
Well done.
Now, I know there's Peterbilt and International and White and all these others, but Mack Truck must have done some real marketing because when the 3 of us were kids, people would say, man, you better be careful at that intersection. You get
Right.
out there. If you're not paying attention, you get hit by a
Mack
truck.
Yeah.
You didn't
Yeah.
hear any other. You just said somebody's going to hit. You're going.
They don't say
I ran that football and this guy hit me like a Mack truck.
Yeah, that's
They
true.
don't say, I ran this football and this guy hit me like a Harvester International. Which I think is International Harvester.
Yeah. Hey,
you're right.
that's right.
Nobody says that, right?
Yeah, so that's some good marketing or something. Hey, Ryan, good job. What's your question for us?
It's a biblical question.
Okay. Go ahead.
Who was the first person Jesus appeared to and spoke to after his ascension onto heaven?
Oh, that's really good. It was one of the Marys, I think, there at the
Did he
tomb.
say before his ascension? After the
After.
resurrection? Okay.
After his ascension to heaven.
Yes, that's going to be one of the Marys, right? That went to the tomb.
No, he's saying after he ascended to heaven. Okay.
Oh, after
That he
it.
appeared to? Not said anything to. Okay, don't say anything,
No, he
Ryan.
did. Oh,
What now?
Wait, say the question again. I'm so sorry. I'm missing out here. You mean after the empty tomb, when he came out of the tomb?
No, he's saying.
Okay,
Repeat the question, Ryan.
please.
Well, that was 2 minutes we did right there before we repeat the question. Ryan, are you
Who
listening?
was-
Are you listening to us, brother?
yep.
Okay, repeat the question.
Who was the first person Jesus appeared to and spoke to after his ascension onto heaven?
Now, would it
Okay.
be Peter when they were
Okay,
fishing?
don't
and he
don't,
cooked
don't
breakfast?
answer.
Yeah.
No,
Not done.
that was after the resurrection. He's talking about after the ascension, after he went to heaven.
What about Emmaus?
That was after
That
the
was-
resurrection.
That was people.
Yeah,
That was
Yeah, the
multiple.
two
It's-
guys.
I'm thinking.
I don't know.
I'm thinking. Did he speak to Stephen? When
Oh,
Stephen was,
it is Saul on the road to Damascus.
okay,
That's the
yes.
answer. It's because he
Well,
appeared to him.
he didn't say anything to Stephen though while he was being stoned. Remember, Stephen said,
I see
looked
the
and I-
Lord,
I
and he
see-
was standing.
He was standing.
Only time
But
you ever see him
maybe
standing.
you're right.
I'm going to go Saul
Yeah,
on
let's
the
go
road
with
to
Saul.
Damascus, who became Paul.
How's that, Ryan? How'd we do?
That's correct. Saul.
All right,
There you
good
go, JJ.
job.
Yeah, and I got
You the
there
man.
quickly and easily without
Yeah.
anything being clumsy.
right. Right.
Hey, Ryan, that was, as it turned out, it was a great
Yeah.
question.
Sorry, I
Let it
didn't
go,
admit
Ryan.
that
I didn't understand it. I took dummy pills when I was growing up, so okay.
Move on.
I
Next
can't,
question.
I'm gonna try to resurrect that joke somehow,
Oh,
some
you're
way.
still doing
Yeah,
it, buddy.
yeah,
You're
yeah,
on fire.
Yeah, we're
All right,
Keep on.
we go to New Mexico. We go to New Mexico, and Charlie is on the line. Charlie, welcome to Trivia
ever
Friday.
seen a woodpecker on a tree? That's how your joke's doing, right?
What? Welcome to New Mexico.
Yes, land of enchantment.
Yeah, no. You're here as much as I'm there, right? I mean, this
That's-
modern technology.
That's correct.
Yeah, no, welcome. In fact, JJ was here. I just want him to know, in case he's feeling bad, the church he spoke at, that I worship at, it is recovering fine.
Good.
Taking a lot of therapy.
Right.
Thank you for that praise report, because there's usually a wake and a little bit of damage, and I get bills, to have to pay for the damage.
Well,
Central
lawyers you have to use.
lawyers, a lot I can't even talk about till after the trial. But that gag order, that's messed me up.
Most members have come back. Things are looking up.
Hey, that's good. Central Baptist Church, great folks there in New Mexico.
What town?
Clovis?
Or
Yes, sir.
Hobbs.
Yes, sir. Clovis.
We're on in
And-
Clovis, Hobbs, and Las Vegas.
Well, this
Maybe.
is Clovis, and wonderful folks there at Central, and yeah, what a blessing. Hey, thank you, Charlie.
So are you including me in that?
Absolutely,
Wonderful.
absolutely.
Oh, okay. I'm feeling better about myself now. I don't feel like I'm the response of that dummy pill that
There you go.
Thank you, Charlie.
all
It wasn't
the
that
kids
bad,
got
was
when
it?
I was growing up.
There you go. Hey, Charlie, ask, answer, or do both, sir.
Let's do both.
All right, what question you want to
If
try
you
to
got
answer?
time. If you've got time. I actually grew up on Johnny Carson, which is, that's the reason I am the man I am today.
That's what I'm
Oh,
talking
wow.
about. Yes, sir.
All right, so that's the question you want? Here, let me repeat it. Johnny Carson's sidekick, Ed McMahon, was the spokesman for a magazine subscription company that hosted popular money giveaways. What was the name of the company, Charlie?
Well, I never got any of the magazines. I was too interested in listening to Johnny, but Publisher Clearinghouse, I believe it was.
That is not correct.
Wait, that was my answer.
I-
Tim and I both.
I had a clap. Though.
Yeah.
yeah, you
no.
got half a clap in
That
there.
is what everyone remembers, but that is not true.
Oh, wow.
It is
So
the
everyone that took the dummy pill.
It's the Mandela
Yeah.
effect. Everyone thinks
Mandela.
Publishers Clearinghouse. That is not the company he
It's
worked
also
for.
called the Manilow effect.
The Manilow,
After
Barry Manilow.
effect.
You know, this is a little bit cruel
Yeah,
because
yeah,
last week you informed us we've been calling
Zippy or Jiffy or
Yes.
something. We were getting that wrong our whole life, and
Oh,
now
peanut butter.
yeah,
That's right. Well, JJ, I got some bad news for you. You better buckle up because I've got a bunch of those questions over the next several
and
weeks.
you know what, JJ? He takes joy out
Yeah,
of it.
you can hear it.
That's right.
You can hear the
It's
glee.
not like I took a dummy pill when I was growing up, buddy. Let me just tell
He
you.
likes it's like a sucker punch. He likes to deliver a
You
trivia
can't pin that
sucker
one
punch.
on my parents.
No. Listen, I find every once in a while I'll find those lists of the Mandela effect, and every one of them I go, no, that can't be right, and I have to look it up somewhere else. But it was not Publishers Clearinghouse, even though that's what everyone thinks. JJ's looking it up. He doesn't believe it.
When you research your questions, do you like to get two sources? Because I do a lot of research for I do some creation evolution presentations, and so without just leaning on one particular source, I like to get two sources, and what that's helped me with. I used to live in Laramie, Wyoming here a couple of years ago, and I'd go outside and it'd be snowing a foot deep, but I don't believe it until I hear it from the weatherman. I always like to get two sources.
Confirmation.
All right, what's your question for us, Charlie?
Okay, so here's a while back. It was probably one of my funniest times listening to you guys, which you're a riot. I really enjoy you.
Well, thank you.
Tim was, that wasn't a compliment. It takes me off of work. It takes me away from my family. It does absolutely no value for my life listening.
All right.
To this.
All right.
Anyway,
you're right. That's not a compliment.
So you guys. So Tim was talking with Ed. Ed was talking about his flights back and forth to Israel, and Tim, if you remember correctly, was really zeroing in on Ed's experience. So what came out of that conversation is where my question is born. My question is, I think anybody can figure this out, but Ed probably would know it right off the top of his head. Because during those trips he spent time in Madrid, Spain, my question is, who is the mayor of Madrid, Spain?
Who is or who was?
Who is?
Who's the mayor of Madrid, Spain?
Okay.
While Ed was flying back and forth to Israel, spending time in Madrid, Spain.
I think that might have been Tim. I've never been to Madrid.
I haven't either. I've dreamed about it.
You know, here's what happened. Here's the deal. Here's what happens when Charlie listens to K-Love and he thinks he's got it on AFR. You talk about being...
You know, Charlie, does it mainly rain, though, in Spain?
On the plane?
On the plane.
You over there on
I
the
think
plane?
that's what you're talking about.
Hey, we don't know the answer.
Yeah,
Charlie, who's the mayor of Madrid?
Jose Luis Martinez Almeida.
You and Allison were just talking about him this morning, weren't you? Tim, at the breakfast table?
Before I left for work.
Before we left to work. That Jose fella is a great guy.
Thanks,
hey, Charlie. You have a great laugh, brother.
Tell my Clovis friends hello. A lot of good folks there.
So the question was, who is the mayor
of
Madrid, Spain now?
And if he had just given his nickname, it would have been a lot easier for us to comprehend.
Right.
I would have remembered.
Who are we talking to there?
Well, he's gone. Charlie's gone.
Charlie.
New Mexico.
We got our break coming
Charlie. You know, when you ask a question and you know the people trying to answer it have zero chance of getting it, that's
no. He thought that
Ed
travels to Israel every other month and had gone through.
Well, he must have been
Spain.
listening to somebody else because Ed.
It might have been John
I've
Riley.
never been to Madrid.
No,
It might have been John Riley.
But anyway, thank you for listening, Brother Charlie.
Absolutely, and thank you for making us laugh. We'll
be back momentarily.
Interesting, fun guy.
It's my turn.
Here is your host for My Turn, Don Wildman.
You know, we have problems in life, and problems that we need to stand up to. And if you're to stand up to those problems, you need to convince yourself that absolutely nothing in life can defeat you unless you're willing to let it. Many times, when faced with trying problems which life has put in our path, we feel that we are at the end of our rope. I've felt that way many times, and I know you have too. What should a person do when he gets to the end of his rope? Hang on! That's what the rope is there for. A wit has put into poetry the tale of two frogs that had gotten to the end of their rope. One hung on, the other didn't. Here's the story of their plight. Listen carefully. Two young frogs from inland bogs had spent the night in drinking. As morning broke and they awoke, while still their eyes were blinking, a farmer's pail came to the swale and caught them quick as winking. Ere they could gather scattered senses or breathe a prayer for past offenses, that Granger grand, that guiltless man, had dumped them in the milkman's can. They quickly find their breath will stop unless they swim up on the top. They swim for life, they kick and swim until their weary eyes grow dim. Their muscles ache, their breath grows short, and gasping speaks one weary sport, "Say, oh dear, I've had enough of life. No more I'll try it. Sweet milk is not my diet." "Tut, tut, my lad," the other cries, "a frog's not dead until he dies. Let's keep on kicking, that's my plan. We yet may see outside this can." "No use, no use," faint heart replies, turns up his toes and gently dies. Now the brave frog, undaunted still, kept kicking with a right good will, until with joy too great to utter, he found he'd churned a pound of butter. And climbing up on this hunk of grease, he floated to town with the greatest ease. Now the moral of the story is this. When in your Christian life you find you've grown weary of the toilsome grind, don't get discouraged and go down, but struggle on, no murmur utter. A few more kicks may bring the butter. If you refuse to be bigger than the problems which life sends your way, those problems will defeat you. But if you can grow bigger than your problems, you'll always have them on the run. If someone were to ask me what my Christian faith does for me, I should have to reply that it gives me the strength to stand up to life. I have the strength to face all conditions by the power that Christ gives me. That's what Paul said. That's a favorite verse of mine. Whatever else the Christian faith does, it gives a person power to stand up to life. I have experienced that truth in my own life many times, and I've seen it experienced in the lives of other people who would otherwise have been defeated.
This has been My Turn with Don Wildman, a production of the American Family Association.
We live in a day when America's families are under attack like never before.
Buddy Smith, Senior Vice President of the American Family Association.
The war against biblical principles rages on numerous fronts. The internet, Hollywood, Washington, D.C., America's corporate boardrooms, and the list goes on. At American Family Association, we're committed to standing against the enemies of God, the enemies of your family. And we recognize it's an impossible task without God's favor and your partnership. Thank you for being faithful to pray for this ministry, to give financially, and to respond to our calls for activism. What you do on the home front is crucial to what we do on the battlefront. We praise God for your faithfulness, and may He give us many victories in the battles ahead as we work together to restore our nation's biblical foundations.
For we know that if the earthly tent we live in is destroyed, we have a building from God, an eternal house in heaven, not built by human hands. 2 Corinthians 5:1.
American Family Radio.
Scooby-Doo, looking for you.
All right, welcome back to Trivia Friday on American Family Radio. A little Scooby-Doo action there. Back in the 70s.
That was good, Ed.
Yeah.
Do that again.
I took a dummy pill when I was. No, I'm not going to do it.
guy
I'm not going to do it the whole program.
Hey, we've got some students stopping by for a visit. Heritage Academy Christian School in
Right here in
Tupelo,
Tupelo, Mississippi.
They're looking through the glass right now, and we've told them they can watch, but they're not allowed to feed the DJs. I mean, people know the rules. Stay inside the fence. Keep your arms and legs inside. And
Heritage Academy in Tupelo, Mississippi.
Yes,
and
Christian School
they're
taking a tour.
They're on a field trip.
That's right. So glad to give them a shout out. That's an old term for some old school
that
radio.
was a pretty long 7-minute drive, probably, over from the school, huh? I don't know if that qualifies as a field trip exactly or not.
Yeah, no
anytime you can get out of school.
Yeah,
that's right.
All right, Ed, what are your questions? And then back to the phones we'll go.
All right, my three questions are this. The British Special Forces Unit, SAS, was founded more than 70 years ago. What does SAS stand for? Second question, who wrote the novel House of the Seven Gables? And then third question, Johnny Carson's sidekick, Ed McMahon, was the spokesman for a magazine subscription company that hosted popular money giveaways. What was the name of the company? And the answer that has already been given is Publishers Clearinghouse. That is incorrect. It's a different company. That's what I've got.
Here's what I've got. Thinking about the World Series, congratulations again to the Texas Rangers. 5 teams. It used to be 6 until the Rangers won a couple of nights ago. So now, here's my question. 5 MLB teams have never won a World Series. I need you to name 3 of them. 5 Major League Baseball teams.
Call them out, JJ.
Have never won a World Series. Name 3 of those losers.
Shame.
Second question. If you've been given a dummy pill, I never thought Ed was going to get so triggered over this. If you've been given a dummy pill, a fake pill, thinking it's the real one, what is the fake pill called? Kind of like in a blind medical study. And then I'm going to add one.
What is a blind medical study, JJ?
Like you got blind and you got double blind just to make sure that it wasn't just a coincidence. Yeah. Trying to find out, does this really cure somebody, or is this just wishful thinking, or is it just something you rush through and make everybody in America take this experimental drug?
Who would ever do that?
In a free country? That would never happen.
Come on. You read too much science fiction.
So here's the question. Third question, going to add one. If you order a baker's dozen, how many items will you receive? Or in other words, how much is a baker's dozen? How many?
Good question.
All right, my turn.
Yep.
I want to know who the father-in-law is of the mayor of Madrid, Spain.
Go ahead, Charlie.
Oh, Charlie, call back. We're going to make an exception. You can call back, my friend. Tim, when I don't think you can come up with anything more funny and zany, you always deliver.
All right, so penicillin is used to fight what type of infections? Penicillin is used to fight what type of infections? For a travel mug, an AFR stainless steel, balance on your head travel mug. The question before us, I want to know 4 of the 5 most common backyard birds in the United States. But 4 of the 5 most common backyard birds in the United States.
And do they taste like chicken?
And that's if you don't have to look it up.
Okay. Okay, that's good.
If you have to look it up, that's fine. But if the winner of the stainless steel travel mug is somebody who can get those 4 of the 5 top birds in your backyard across the U.S. without looking it up. And finally, how long does it take in minutes for the light from the sun to reach the earth? I'm doing this with my hands. You
yes.
see, it helps.
That's going to help.
It's a great illustration.
The light from the sun
yes.
comes at the earth.
Yeah.
The earth receives it unto itself.
It's light years, but how many?
Yeah, but how many minutes? How many minutes does it take to reach it? And it's coming.
It comes at the speed of light.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. Let's go back to the phones, Ed.
All right, we go to Louisiana, and Steve is on the line. Steve, welcome to Trivia Friday.
Hello, professors.
Hey, Steve.
Hey, B.
Where do you live in Louisiana?
Hello, can you hear me?
We can hear you.
Oh, can you hear me?
We can hear you, Steve.
I want to ask the dummy pill.
Okay, here's the question.
Answer the dummy pill.
Yes, sir. If you've been given a dummy pill thinking it's the real one, what is the fake pill called?
A placebo.
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 Nicely done. Nicely done. Hey, what's your question for us, Steve?
Okay. What bird has the fastest heartbeat?
That's going to be the answer for the team here. That's going to be the hummingbird.
That is correct. 1,266 beats a minute.
Yeah, and he is not. There's no hummingbird. A little backstory for you. No hummingbird that's ever been able to get a life insurance policy. For that very reason, right there, Steve.
Okay.
Yeah, whenever they get to that question, they do okay filling out a lot of the form, and when they get to that question right there, it's over. They go, there's no sense in us to continue. We're not going to be able to provide coverage for you.
Hey, what hockey team won last night?
Probably the Boston Bruins.
Well, the Boston Bruins won. We beat the Toronto Maple Leafs.
I don't know because I don't watch hockey.
Hey, you just got Ed excited because he's a hockey aficionado.
You got my heart beating like a
hummingbird.
Like a hummingbird.
When you said hockey, he was already out there on the ice. He's ready to. Hey, Steve needs to go in the penalty box for just teasing you like that.
Hey, the Bruins are 9-0-1. Thank you,
Really?
Steve.
Are they 9-0-1?
9-0-1. We did lose one in overtime. Thank you for giving me a reason to talk about my team, Steve.
Steve, have a great weekend. Hey, Steve, in all seriousness,
You too, guys.
In
Y'all be blessed.
In all
Thanks.
seriousness, don't forget to set your clock back this weekend. We're going to say it a couple more times. I was surprised by it. And when I've said something to employees, they went, wait, that's this weekend?
Yep.
So it kind of snuck up on us.
Now, with your cell phone, you don't have to, do you?
Yeah, you do on your alarm, microwave. You got to reset 20 things in your house.
Yes.
Oh,
and,
yeah, but
and
not
good
on
luck
your cell
figuring
phone.
out how to do it in your car or truck.
Yes. Every time it changes, twice a year, I have to have my wife get that manual out of the car pocket so I can figure out how to change the clock on my car.
I just say 6 months are going to be at my age. 6 months are going to come around quicker, and I just leave it, and then it's right. Once a year.
All right, we go
I don't
to
really care.
to Texas, and Len is on the line. Len, welcome to Trivia Friday. Len, are you there?
Oh, I hate that.
I hate this, Len, because
you lose your signal, and you were so patient. Sorry about that.
Well, hold on a second. I hear somebody like driving down the road or something. You hear that?
I think that's just white noise.
Lynn,
you don't have to make it a racial thing yet.
Lynn, going once, going twice.
All right.
I feel like we're at an auction.
Yeah, sorry, Len. I hate that. Now we go to Mississippi, and Wesley is on the line. Wesley, welcome to Trivia Friday.
Hey, guys. How you doing this morning?
Hey, doing pretty well, Wesley. Where do you live in Mississippi?
In the big city of Hernando up north.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
All right.
DeSoto County. Hernando DeSoto. Get it? For those who don't know.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right. You got it. That's right.
Uh-huh. All right. Well, Wesley, thanks for calling, my friend. Ask, answer, or both?
Well, I'm a little startled, Tim. I'm a first-time caller and finally got through, and I really am glad. I tell you what, I want to try to do both if I can, and I'll do your question about the time from it takes light to travel from the sun to the earth.
Okay, let me repeat it for those who are just joining us. The question is roughly how long does it take in minutes for the sun's light to reach the earth, Wesley? And the answer is what?
The answer is 8 minutes and 20 seconds.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
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 Excellent.
Wow.
Yes. Do you remember that
That's
from
zooming?
You remember that from your science class or what?
Well, I'm afraid I'll have to confess I did have to look that up.
Yeah.
That's all right.
That's all right.
Research.
That's not a confession of doing something wrong. You did some research.
Right. And so 8 minutes for that for the
and 20 seconds. Wow.
That's really amazing. That's amazing.
Yeah, because
that's amazing information.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry. I just said that's amazing information when you think about it. It really is.
Yeah, because the
sun's what 93 million miles away or something crazy.
Yeah. How far? That's a good question. Is that right? How far?
I think that's correct. I believe it is. Yes.
I mean, you got to change your oil a lot. And the tires and everything.
But the frequent flyer miles that you get, it offsets that.
It does.
But 8 minutes, people.
Hey, Wesley, what's your question for us?
Okay, I've got a question for you guys. This, I guess, kind of slanted toward JJ. And let me think what my question was here.
Bring that pilot question.
Yeah, it's a pilot question. I'm sorry. What are the 4 forces that work on an airplane in flight?
The 4 forces are
that work on an airplane
in flight. They're thrust, their drag, their
flight attendants,
lift. Yeah, flight attendants not having enough.
They work on the airplane.
The thing. Yeah, let's see. Now you threw me off. Ed. At my age, I'm in the kitchen.
I'm
remembering why did I walk in here?
I know you're not supposed to smoke in the laboratory. I know that's frowned
against
on.
federal regulations.
It is. The feds will come get you on the airplane.
I'm serious, people.
Light up a cigarette
Call somebody and find out how to get me hazard pay. My ribs honestly hurt after the show with you two crazy guys. Thrust, drag, lift, and one other. Lift and I'm drawing. These guys messed me up.
Sorry, man. Sorry.
Wesley, what's the one I'm missing?
The last one is weight.
And weight.
Yes.
Wait.
Wesley,
and boy, you wait when you try to get on an airplane.
That's right.
You have to go through TSA. Yeah, it's bad.
Hey, Wesley, what do you fly?
Well, I fly mostly helicopters. I used to. I'm retired now. But mostly helicopters and, of course, a lot of different airplanes.
That's right. Well, look, with you being an aviator, you'll be proud of me. Yesterday, I had to drive to another city yesterday afternoon, and I renewed and got my FAA medical. You have to get it every 2 years. This past spring, I got checked out by an instructor. So hopefully you don't lose your pilot's license, but every couple of years you have to get your biannual. Kind of like going, again, with the state trooper driver. Just make sure, knock the rust off. And then you have to get your medical every 2 years. Pretty good physical.
When you go reapply for your flying license,
flight medical. You don't reapply. It's a lifetime license, but your medical keeps you current in your.
Did you tell them you landed on the highway?
No, that's it. Wesley and I just keep that as a secret between the two of us. Yeah. Hey, runways are overrated. You don't need no stinking runway. Yeah.
We don't need no stinking runway.
Hey, Wesley, have a great weekend.
Well,
you got a question for us? No, that was it.
Okay.
The pilot question. Have a great weekend, buddy.
Hey, listen, I appreciate it, guys, and thanks so much. I finally got through, and I appreciate all the work you do.
Thank you.
A great group of people.
Thank you. Hey, Wesley, as a helicopter pilot, etc., were you in the military?
I was in the military, but I didn't fly in the military.
Okay.
However, I flew helicopters for 24 years. Not in the military, but I flew military helicopters. I'll have to explain that to you sometime.
Okay, well, look, I just want to say thank you for your service.
Well, explain it to me now, Wesley. Real quick. Excuse me, JJ, for interrupting.
Go ahead, Tim.
It was a contract work? Well, yeah, what were you doing flying military helicopters? Because I want to know how long you were with the A-Team.
We had some A-Teams, I can tell you. I was the commander of the aviation unit in DeSoto County for 24 years, and so we flew the Loach 086. You know what that one is, I guess.
Right.
And the Hughes job, Howard Hughes made, and quite an aircraft. It was real fast, about 160 miles an hour.
Are you
talking? Flying across the county is not a problem at all.
Are you talking about National Guard?
They were National Guard helicopters, right? They were.
Yeah.
But Tim's saying, how are you civilian and being a commander? How are you doing that?
Well, I worked for the sheriff's department and flew their helicopters.
Oh, there you go, sheriff's department. There you go.
Right, that's right.
All
That's
right. Well, thank
And,
you again.
Yes, sir.
Thank
Yes,
you
I
for your
appreciate
service. Have a great weekend.
So he flew for the
Sheriff's Department.
The sheriff's department in his area.
And they use
And they use
military
helicopters.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Next up, Ed.
All right, we go to Georgia, and Tim is on the line. Tim, welcome to Trivia Friday.
Thank you, professors. It's good to be with you.
Thank you, brother Tim.
Tim,
Appreciate you calling.
whatever regular job you have, go in there, march in there today and turn in your resignation and go to radio.
Yeah,
And
great
you have got
radio
a
voice.
golden voice.
I'd like to do that, but I'm a practicing physician assistant. My patients would not appreciate that.
No,
Yeah,
no,
you
you do. No, do it.
Too
Do
many
it.
years of medical school to do
No,
that kind of switch.
doesn't matter. Do what you love. Get in broadcasting. Forget that big paycheck.
You gotta get your priorities straight, Tim.
Of course.
Let's say helping people or entertaining people on the radio. The choice should be clear. So, all right,
Of
Tim,
course.
you want to ask, answer, or do both, brother?
Both, please.
All right, which one you want to try to answer?
I want to answer Tim's question about penicillin.
Okay, question that Tim is going to answer. Tim from Georgia is going to answer is the following. Penicillin is used to fight what type of infections, Tim? Oh, Tim, hey, Tim. Tim, before you answer that, I'm just trying to save you. If you answer this wrong, you ain't going to get no more patients.
Yeah. Well, I'm wondering, is this a conflict
so
of interest?
I just want you to know, I know we don't give your last name. But,
give him the question
okay,
again.
He answered it right. I heard him. But penicillin is used to fight what type of infections, Tim?
Bacterial.
Yes,
infection.
bacterial.
Hey! What was that?
The beloved cowbell did ring. And, Tim, you have won yourself an AFR stainless steel travel mug, which we're going to send to you. In what part of Georgia you live in there?
I live in Bon Air, Georgia.
Okay.
Hey, Tim,
We'll send that
this is
to
a
you.
little bit of good news, bad news. You won the travel mug, but you're going to have to come and sit in our office for 2.5 hours before we can call you up to the desk and have you go sit in one room. Then we're going to move you to another room. Then we're going to hand you the mug.
Tim's heard all these for a long time. He doesn't need any more abuse.
I've been listening for a long time. I'm a first-time
See there?
caller.
He's been holding for a long time.
Hey, he's a first-time caller.
First-time
Hey,
caller.
in all seriousness, congratulations. Thank you. This really is a nice mug.
And by the way, when we're done on the air, don't hang up. We'll put you on hold. And Cindy Roberts will come on and get your information, and we will send you the travel mug. Well done, sir.
Yes, sir.
What's your question for us?
All right, this is a joke question. Where did Captain Hook get his hook?
Where did Captain Hook get his hook? I think it was in Madrid, Spain.
Well, he was good friends with the mayor.
Mayor there.
Wait, it's going to be something that rhymes or something. It's going to be a real strong pun there. Not the Hook Market, Hook Store. Hey, we don't know. You're going to have to tell us.
All right. It's the second-hand store.
You're going to hear that again. I like that.
I like that. That's a dad joke that should live on.
Yes.
Yeah, that
Hey,
should
I
be-
got it. Hey, Tim, you there? Why did the football coach go to the bank? Why did the football coach go to the bank?
I think you just missed the point
do
we were
not
trying
know.
to make about dad jokes. Some should be said
I've got
and
plenty of
spoken
them.
out loud, and
He went to get his quarterback. Oh, man.
That's-
No, I got more of those.
yeah, I'm sure.
I've got a Rolodex of those things right here.
Hey,
You know
Tim.
why? I've been hanging around the king.
JJ Jasper.
All right.
Hey, Tim, stay on the line. They want to get your mailing address.
Quarterback.
Thank
Get
you
that.
for
Yeah, well,
listening
I got
to
it.
AFR. And
I got
yeah,
it.
congratulations
Tim.
winning the mystery question.
All right, we also call this
Learning University.
Learning University is on the air. I'm Tim with Ed and JJ. Let's repeat our questions, guys, real quick here.
All right. The British Special Forces Unit, SAS, was founded more than 70 years ago. What does SAS stand for? Second question. Who wrote the novel The House of the Seven Gables?
Is that a famous novel?
Yeah.
Is it? Okay.
I had to read it in high school.
Okay.
It was
that makes it famous.
Boring. Oh, wow. Man, I'm going back to Madrid.
I'm reaching all the way across for that one. That was a pretty good jab right there. That was an uppercut. And while y'all hold on, because they're giving Ed the 10 count. 9, 10. All right, he's up. He's ready to go again.
All right, third question. Johnny Carson's sidekick, Ed McMahon, was the spokesman for a magazine subscription company that hosted popular money giveaways. What was the name of the company? The answer that has been given was not correct. It was not Publishers Clearinghouse.
That's still hard to believe. That hurts me. A little piece of me died when Tim and I both started clapping and cheering.
And you know
so
what?
did the listener.
Yes. I waited because I figured you guys would start clapping to up the humiliation factor.
Who has the easiest job in television history? Ed McMahon or Vanna White?
I'm going to go with Ed McMahon. With all due respect to Vanna White, she does have to walk and understand how that all works. But
she has no lines to remember.
Yeah, all Ed McMahon had to do was laugh at Johnny's jokes.
And give him an introduction.
Yes, that's true.
That was, and only you, Tim, would think of, okay, which one of those two? Hey, so here's what I've got. First question, 5 Major League Baseball teams have never won a World Series. It used to be 6 until Texas Rangers won for the first time ever in 52 years in Texas. Congratulations to the Rangers. So here's my question. 5 MLB teams have never won a World Series. Name 3 of them. Tim, you think you and Ed could do that? Don't start blurting them out.
I don't think I could.
Come up with the 3 of the 5?
I could.
Yeah.
You could.
And then here's my second question. If you order a baker's dozen, how many items will you receive? In other words, how many are in a baker's dozen? And I'm going to add one. Who is the first U.S. president to take the oath of office using a nickname? Now, it's not like way back 100 years ago. This is pretty modern times. Who is the first U.S. president to take the office not using his real name, but using a nickname? And I got to tell you, it bothers me when people go by a nickname and not their real name.
It does, JJ?
It troubles you?
I was helping people out there.
Thanks. Hey, that's my 3. Go ahead, Tim.
All right, here's mine. So what birds, okay, here's a question. These are backyard birds, okay? Across the most popular backyard birds in America, the most common, I should say. I want 4 of the top 5. I'm talking about in the USA, continental USA. If you go across our country, you go in your backyard, you look.
Looking out your window?
Look at your backyard window, you see birds. What are 4 of the 5 top kinds of birds that you're going to observe?
And what kind of damage is that going to do to your automobile in your driveway?
Common or not?
We're not going to have time to take a question. So, JJ, you got any travel?
That's the only question you got left?
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I do have.
I've got another one, but I'm saving it.
First Baptist Church in Manatee, Mississippi, this Sunday night, 6 p.m. Kind of an area community revival, for lack of a better word, worship testimony. I'm the speaker. Sunday night, 6 p.m., First Baptist Church in Manatee, Mississippi. You're invited, and I really do sincerely covet the prayers.
Hope you're not late for that one.
Right? Oh, yeah, that's right.
Like about 45-minute drive for you, right?
Yeah, that's pretty, I hope they're including travel along with the honorarium.
Yeah. All right, we'll be back in 5 minutes with more of Trivia Friday on American Family Radio.
The views and opinions expressed in this broadcast may not necessarily reflect those of the American Family Association or American Family Radio.
Faith, family, freedom. American Family Radio.
Life is precious, and a child is truly a gift from God. Even inside the womb, the baby is living with a heartbeat that grows stronger every day. But abortion stops that beating heart. Protecting the life of the unborn is more than just a noble cause. It's our duty and our privilege. Thank you for continuing to fight for the sanctity of life, and stay encouraged. It's a winning fight. A reminder from AFA.
This is American Family Radio, a listener-supported ministry of the American Family Association.
American Family News, I'm Rusty Pugh. Efforts to evacuate the Gaza Strip are continuing as Israel begins to ramp up its ground invasion. Israeli President Isaac Herzog is urging Palestinians to evacuate the Strip and says his nation has tried different ways to tell people to leave before the fighting escalates.
Speaks for itself as we protect the civilians, moving out to safe zone, giving them the right and necessary humanitarian aid, and enabling ourselves to defend ourselves.
An Arab Israeli who was taught at a young age to hate and kill all Jews says future terrorists are being created right here in this country. Ayan Hersi Ali says America's universities are breeding grounds for future terrorists.
People are not being radicalized in dungeons in Afghanistan. They're being radicalized in our ivory towers. Right. And some of them are radicalized and some of them are fooled because this woke revolution that's underway in universities in America has given Hamas and the allies, Islamist allies of Hamas, an opening to radicalize, to fool, and to dissemble, and to lie, and to put their cause forward. And their cause is to eradicate, to obliterate the state of Israel, and to kill Jews.
Students at a Virginia high school in Loudoun County Public Schools walked out in protest of the district's gender policy that allows so-called non-binary, gender-fluid, and transgender students to use whichever school bathrooms and locker rooms they want based on their chosen gender. Around 100 students at Woodgrove High School in Purcellville, Virginia, participated in the walkout to protest Policy 8040, which the Loudoun County School Board implemented in 2021. Governor Glenn Youngkin was elected on a platform that calls for parents to take back control from school boards.
Well, first of all, we issued model policies across the entire Commonwealth that outline very clearly that all students must be ensured dignity, respect, safety, and privacy. And in this case, we have a large group of students who are standing up saying, you are not respecting our privacy and our safety. And again, this is a school system that has demonstrated that they are willing to hide things when bad things happen. And that is just unacceptable. And therefore, I expect the same kinds of results that we've seen in counties all over Virginia, where, in fact, they have to comply with our model policies. There isn't a choice here.
A top pro-life official in Ohio wants to know why outside interests are trying to buy the November 7th election. Charlie Butts reports.
A couple of issues on the Ohio ballot: recreational marijuana, but also a constitutional amendment to legalize abortion up to birth and disregard parents who have a minor daughter getting an abortion. AFN spoke with Mike Gonadakis of Ohio Right to Life about money crossing state lines to support passage.
Tens of millions of dollars are pouring in from the radicals like George Soros, who has nothing in common with even liberal Ohioans that he would see as conservative. The 1630 Fund in D.C., which is full of dark money that pours money into pro-Hamas and other terrorist-related groups. Now we are faced with battling life and death with their money.
Another group at odds with Ohio values.
An organization here in Ohio called the Abortion Fund Ohio signed a letter being very sympathetic to the Palestinian efforts as opposed to supporting our friends in Israel. And I will tell you, this is coming full circle now as more and more it comes out. This radical abortion amendment is only supported by people that want to change our way of life here in Ohio.
Gonadakis agrees one question that ought to be answered is, if terminating children in the womb has such hot support, Why weren't the organizations able to raise the millions for the campaign in Ohio?
Job growth moderated in October.
There were 150,000 new jobs created last month, fewer than expected. The unemployment rate rose from 3.8 to 3.9%. Also, job creation for August and September has been revised lower by 101,000. Wage growth for the year ending in October rose 4.1%. That's a sign that wage increases also are moderating. Jenny Cosola, Fox News.
More news online at afn.net. I'm Rusty Pugh.
What does the American Family Association stand for? AFA aims to evangelize the lost and disciple the believer. AFA aims to strengthen biblical marriages and equip parents to raise godly children.
These values and more are part of our mission to inform, equip, and activate individuals to strengthen the moral foundations of our culture. We also support the church. We want to be a leading organization in biblical worldview training for cultural transformation. Thank you for standing with us.
This is Trivia Friday. The number to call with your question or your answer to a question is 888-589-8840. Now, back to more Trivia Friday.
Welcome back, everybody, to Trivia Friday on American Family Radio. I'm Tim Wildman with Ed Vitagliano and J.J. Jasper. We also call this
Learning University.
Little known fact, Ed drinks during the show.
Pass that. I hide it in my Diet Coke.
All right, so
goodness.
Learning University is on the air. We got 25 more minutes of education. And we've already repeated our questions a while ago before the break, so no need to do that.
That's right.
But,
folks should have been listening.
First-time callers only today, and we have a slew. I said a slew of callers here lined up to be on the air with us on the program. Should you want to send us an email, the email address is comments@afr.net, comments@afr.net. If you want to listen to previous Trivia Friday shows that we've done, I don't know how long they're backlogged for, but there's a lot of them at afr.net. Click on podcast, click on today, Trivia Friday. Trivia Friday on afr.net has its own podcast. So, Ed, let's go back to the phones.
All right. What do you guys say about going to Oklahoma?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Daryl.
Sooner, the better.
Daryl is on the line. Daryl, welcome to Trivia Friday.
Well, thanks for having me.
So, Daryl, you're probably aware that Bedlam's going to take place this Saturday, right?
Yeah, it's the last one, evidently.
Tomorrow.
Well, what's going on?
Yeah,
well,
clue us in.
The Oklahoma State versus Oklahoma football game, annual football game, is called Bedlam.
All right.
That's the nickname of it, but because Oklahoma is leaving the Big 12 and going to the SEC, Oklahoma and Oklahoma State will not, at least not on the schedule for.
Not going to face each other.
Yeah,
like the Egg Bowl. That's the Egg Bowl in Mississippi, where you have the two big
in-state schools.
You mean they won't, even though they're in the SEC, they will not play?
That's not
Oklahoma State.
There's no plan for it now because Oklahoma State they'll have their own conference schedule.
Is that right, Daryl?
That's absolutely right. That I don't understand, but I'm not. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, Daryl, so much for the Bedlam. That's tomorrow. But anyway, so ask, answer, or both.
Well, I'm on the Bedlam. Go Pokes.
There you go. Get that in there.
I'll do both.
Okay.
Which one you want to answer?
Let's do the baking question.
Here's the question, Daryl. If you order Baker's Dozen, how many items will you receive?
13.
And I'm sorry I don't have the backstory. I try to get a backstory on some of these more interesting.
Maybe Daryl knows.
Daryl, do you know what that's all about?
Maybe that's why bakers are so big belly back in the day. You know, had to check every dozen.
Well, that's why bakers will do what now?
Have a big belly.
Are you saying bakers are fat? Are you fat shaming bakers?
I think so.
No, I bake and I've got a belly.
Oh, yeah. Okay, all right.
Yeah, he didn't say whether the belly was big or not. He just said it had a belly.
They had a belly. Okay.
Yeah.
I guess I was the one.
Hey, assurance.
Yeah, Daryl.
Quality assurance.
Quality control.
Quality control.
Hey, I bet you got me curious. I'm gonna look up where that comes from. But what's your question for us, Daryl?
It's kind of biblical and math.
Oh, we like
I'd
rapture
like to know-
questions. We'll give you the date. Go ahead and give us what data you have. We'll tell you exactly what day he's coming back. It's in 1988. Oh, wait, never mind.
I missed it.
Yeah.
Post-rapture, when the New Jerusalem descends, the measurements are given for it in the Revelations. What is the cubic measurement of the New Jerusalem?
The New Jerusalem.
I've heard this. The cubic, how high, how wide. It's like a mile high or whatever.
No, I think it's like 100 miles. It's something big.
Big.
It's, I'm gonna say 200 miles cubed. Now you guys throw in.
I'm still trying to think about how quick the light from the sun gets to Earth. That still kind of got swirling around in my brain. So, yeah. Hey, how about 200 miles cubed, Daryl? I don't think it was that big, but I don't have a good number.
What?
That wouldn't put a drop in the bucket.
Wow.
It 1,500 by 1,500 by 1,500.
Wow.
So you got 144,000 Jews, and then Ed and Tim and me and you, Daryl. But, I guess there is going to be a few more people in heaven.
Yeah. We're all going to have a lot of room. It's 3.375 billion cubic miles.
Wonderful.
Wow.
Whoa.
I guess once saved, always saved is true then.
All right,
I can't stop. Melanie says
Tim
I can't
has an
turn
objection.
it off.
Tim has an objection.
All right, Tim.
Well, I'm not objecting to the answer. That just seems so. We're talking about the New Jerusalem. That we have Jerusalem on earth now. With all its history, that will be replaced after Jesus comes back and sets up his reign on earth. Yes, Jesus coming literally back to this planet. That's what the Bible teaches. You don't have to believe it, but that's what's going to happen. So you're saying the Bible describes the New Jerusalem from which Jesus will reign is a certain size, and you're saying it's how long, how big?
Well, in Revelations, it describes it as the measurements that John took were 1,500 by 1,500 by 1,500.
And you know what? Thinking about him there on the Isle of Patmos with that abacus, that took a little while to get all that figured out and recorded.
Nobody's got that many fingers.
No. You're moving those little wooden balls over to one side trying to get that.
Evidently, his parents didn't give him that dummy pill.
Well, he didn't and he didn't have Common Core math. Let's be completely honest with each other here. Daryl, thanks. Have a great weekend, buddy. Thanks for listening to AFR.
All right.
And hey guys, if you can think of anybody, whatever denomination that I didn't offend, please tell me so I can. I know there's
you want
at
to
least
include them.
Yeah, I know there's at least one that I didn't throw out there to get a zinger.
Send your emails to JJ Jasper.
And they don't have to be positive and encouraging. If you've got,
you're thinking of that other network.
All right. We go to Georgia, and Steve is on the line. Steve, welcome to Trivia Friday.
Thank you.
Well,
I've been listening to your program for a while, but this is the first time I've gotten through.
Thank you, Steve.
Well, do you want to ask, answer, or do both, Steve?
I do both.
All right. Which question do you want to try to answer?
Do you have any that still have the tumbler with them?
The which question?
Do you have any questions that still have a prize?
No, we don't have any.
Well, yeah, we do.
Yeah,
we do.
Tim, you do. You
want to try that one? You want me to give it to you right now, Steve?
Yeah.
We need to repeat our questions anyway for the last time today.
All right, Steve, we're going to go ahead and repeat our questions, and you can just pick one from those.
Just hold on till we get through those, Steve.
All right, here are my three questions. The British Special Forces Unit, SAS, was founded more than 70 years ago. What does SAS stand for? They're like U.S., Green Berets or what have you. Second question, who wrote the novel House of the Seven Gables. It's a very famous novel because I read it in high school. Third question, Johnny Carson's sidekick Ed McMahon was the spokesman for a magazine subscription company that hosted popular money giveaways. What was the name of the company? Now, it was not Publishers Clearinghouse. That has already been guessed, but those are my 3 questions.
Here's what I've got, Steve. The World Series, the Major League Baseball team, 5 teams have never won a World Series. Name 3 of them. And then my second question, who was the first U.S. president to take the oath of office using a nickname? And that's fairly modern times. Who was the first U.S. president to take the oath of office, not using his real name, using a nickname?
All right, my question. This is for a AFR travel mug, stainless steel travel mug, which will turn into an heirloom. And that is this. There are common birds in North America, and particularly in the United States, that I want to know the 4 of the 5 most common birds we find in our backyard. And this is a national question, so it may change a little bit from region to region, but nationally, these 5 birds, I want to know the 4 most common birds you would see in your backyard.
So don't overlook penguin. Don't just rule that out right off the bat.
Well, I guess if you got a bunch of penguins in your backyard,
that's not the biggest issue you have.
I don't think you need to be driving if that's what you're seeing in your backyard. You know what I'm saying? Or operate heavy equipment or anything like that.
I don't operate heavy equipment. All right, Steve, can you find one of those questions that you want to answer?
No, that's all easy questions.
All right, which one you want to answer, Steve?
I can't answer any of them.
You can't answer any of them?
No.
All right. Do you have a question for us, sir?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, bring it on.
What is it? Okay, what are the 3 primary colors, adjective colors?
All right, don't say anything, Steve. We're going to talk amongst ourselves. Steve's asking for the 3
primary.
I thought there were more
colors.
than 3.
No, there's three primary. I think it's red,
blue, green.
No, blue
red,
and yellow. I think.
What now?
Isn't it red, blue, and yellow?
Red, blue, yellow. That's what we're saying, Steve.
Is your final answer?
Yes, sir.
That's our final answer.
Red, blue, green.
Red, blue.
Where do you find those?
Where do you find them?
You find them in the rainbow.
North Dakota.
I think it's red, blue, and yellow because if you combine yellow and blue, you get green.
Well, the reason for that is I guarantee that you got an appliance in your house that uses that fact.
Oh.
3 colors.
Oh, in the electrical and wiring.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I misunderstood the question.
Yeah.
In the field of electricians.
Electricity with the hot and the negative and the, yeah. Hey, Steve, thanks for listening to AFR. God bless you. Have a great weekend.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we go to Tennessee, and Terry is on the line. Terry, welcome to Trivia Friday.
Hi.
Hey, Terry. Where are you listening? Where are you listening from in Tennessee?
Right now we're in the car heading to East Tennessee.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, you want to ask, answer, or do both?
I'll do both.
All right. Which question you want to try to answer?
The 7 Gables.
All right, Terry. Who wrote the novel House of the Seven Gables?
Nathaniel Hawthorne.
Nathaniel Hawthorne.
Wow.
Well done. All right,
Nicely
now,
done.
Terry, for an AFR travel mug.
Here we go.
Where does the novel take place?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, It was supposed to be a hard question.
Yeah,
so
where does it take place?
It takes place in Salem, Massachusetts.
Okay.
Yep.
Hey, Terry, what's your question for us?
I have 2. One of them is a joke, and the other one is a question.
All right. Go ahead with the joke.
Okay, kind of cheesy. What do you call a police officer that responds to a question very quickly?
What do you call a police officer who responds to a question very quickly?
I don't know. What's the answer?
A first responder.
Oh,
a first
I like
responder.
It. That's really good.
I like that.
You're going to hear that again.
Yep.
Hey, and what's your question? Your other question? And we can barely hear you. The reception is a little bit fuzzy. But what's your question for us, Terry?
This question is from one of the famous comic series. In Calvin and Hobbes, who is the bully that bullies Calvin at school?
I think he said the Calvin and Hobbes cartoon series.
Yeah.
And who is the bully? The bully?
The bully that always bullies. I can see that big kid. I can see his hands were like ham bones.
Are we talking about John Calvin here?
No.
Yes.
No.
Yeah, where Hobbes, he nailed those 95 theses to the door on Halloween.
Changed the world.
Yeah, that's exactly right. But then became a bully because he just had gotten it right and started the Protestant church for the most part. It gets complex, but you theologians know what I'm talking about.
But you got to study history to understand it.
Yes.
No, Terry is talking about the comic strip Calvin and Hobbes, which is my all-time favorite, Terry, but I cannot. It's been a while since I've looked at it.
What's the answer?
Mo? Yeah, he's also on the Three Stooges, but that was, a long time ago.
Yeah.
All right, buddy, have a great weekend.
Mo, like in Mo?
Curly and Mo.
Yeah, Mo was the bully in school that bullied Calvin.
Gotcha.
You get eaten by a pet tiger once or twice, and you'll quit that bullying stuff.
That's right.
Get attacked.
That's a setback. You know.
How was your day today? Well, I got eaten by a tiger. That should answer your question right there.
You're on fire. Tim, you are on fire. All right, we got time for to go to Betty.
We still got some more time, yeah.
Catherine.
No, we go to Betty in Texas. Betty, welcome to Trivia Friday.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I am a lady, 101 years old. And I would like to ask a question.
Hey, Betty, let's give you a hand clap. I think you're the.
She's still got her mental faculties.
January the 7th, I'll be 101.
Wow! Congratulations.
All right, so Betty, tell us your secret. What's your secret for?
Well, it's living good. I'll tell you that.
Amen.
All right.
Amen.
All my life, but I want to say, I never hear anyone talk about why we're called Caucasians. The white man in America, why are we called Caucasians?
I know.
All right,
okay, Betty,
Tim.
can I take it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. What's the
all right, Betty?
Question.
All right, Betty. I'm going to try to answer this. I think it's because the ancestry of what are called Caucasians in America, or the Caucasians anywhere, is because it came from the Caucasus Mountains in Eastern Europe, or over there by Russia. Am I got that right?
Correct.
Wow. Yes.
Wow, Tim.
Yes. No.
I never saw that coming.
Consider it my contribution to the show. I don't need any
He's
applause.
a team player, Betty.
Yeah, I just do it for the team.
You won't let me talk. I want to say something real quick. When the 10 tribes of Israel were in Assyria captivity and they were let free, they went up through the Caucasus Mountains into the Isles of the Sea, which is England, Ireland, Wales, and Norway, all of those isles. And that's the Caucasian people, and then we came to America later.
Okay.
Yep. Nice history
all
lesson.
Right.
Wow. We were the
you.
10 tribes of Israel, and people have that all mixed up.
Okay.
So you can trace that through the Bible.
You can trace it. Okay.
Good.
The Bible teaches the whole thing, and we are the children of Israel.
Wow.
And the people that landed on Plymouth Rock declared we were the children of Israel.
All right. Did you? Was there a question of ours that you wanted to answer, Betty?
No, I just wanted to ask that question to see if anyone knew, but I'm surprised he even knew that.
Well, thank
Wait
you,
a minute.
Betty.
Hold on, Betty. You just insulted me. You were surprised I even knew that question?
Oh, you know, there's not many people that would know that we were the tribes of Israel. And when we were let go in Assyria captivity there, I think it was south of Russia. We went into the Caucasus Mountains.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then on into the Isles of the Sea.
All right.
Betty,
All right,
that's
Betty,
interesting.
Thank you so
God
much.
bless you.
101 years old.
Isn't that
That's
remarkable.
Fantastic. Yep.
101.
So like
She may be the
23 back, all the way up to now.
The oldest person ever to
be on Trivia Friday. I think we had a 100-year-old lady call.
But she's
a
101.
few years. Going to be 101 in January. Yeah.
You got the Caucasus Mountains. That is Eastern Europe, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then
between like Russia and the
See,
Georgia.
I've never known that, and I've
need to
checked
trace
that
back your
Caucasian
ancestry.
box ever since
you
I
go.
was a
How
little
far
kid.
you go back in Kentucky?
Well,
you got to go back even beyond that, JJ.
Okay, that's that. Then you got to go from Appalachian American, and beyond.
Right. Then your Anglo-Saxons, they came over from Great Britain.
Now, were all of them sax players, or just most of them? Because I know you got Celtic and bagpipes.
Some of them played drums.
Yeah, that's right.
They weren't all sax players.
We got one more, maybe a call or two. Maybe we'll see what we got here.
We go to Kentucky. Talking about Kentucky,
Yes.
Catherine is on the line. Catherine, welcome to Trivia Friday.
Hello.
Catherine, I got my name over my hand over my heart. Go Big Blue. What part of Kentucky?
Campbellsville. I saw you last weekend.
Yes, ma'am. Wasn't that fun?
It was fabulous. You were fabulous. The whole thing was fantastic.
You are fabulous.
Thank you for your honesty.
He really is somebody that churches and organizations need to have come to their area, because JJ is really funny. He doesn't show it as much on this show, but when he speaks before people,
kind of boring on this show.
Yeah,
that's right.
Times,
hey, Catherine, that was an exciting, explosive night of comedy. For life. It was for the pregnancy center, and I don't know if you stuck around towards the end, Catherine. Reverend John Butler said we got 3 times the amount of money they were expecting.
Wow.
Tripled the amount they thought was going to come in.
It was a moving experience for everybody. Yeah. It was fantastic.
Hey, Catherine,
thank you, Catherine,
we are up against the clock, so we need to move kind of swiftly. Do you want to ask, answer, or do both?
I wanted to do both.
All right.
I wanted to answer British SAS.
All right, here's the question. The British Special Forces Unit, SAS, was founded more than 70 years ago. What does SAS stand for, Catherine?
Special Air Service.
Special Air Service.
Nicely done.
Way to go.
Nicely
that is one
done.
of their Special Forces unit. What's your question for us?
Okay, how old was Josiah when he became king, and how long did he reign?
He was 8 years old, I think,
That's
when
what I
he
was gonna
became
say.
king, and I'm not sure how many years, 18 or 28, but I'm just guessing. What's the answer, Catherine?
31.
31.
31.
Hey, thank you for your kind words.
Yeah.
And, boy, Campbellsville, great area. Hi to Danny
Sorry, we gotta
Fudge
run.
and all the sweet folks there in Campbellsville.
Thanks for calling, Catherine. Sorry we got to rush here, but we're just about out of time, and we've got to give the answers to our questions.
All right. My remaining question is Johnny Carson's sidekick, Ed McMahon, was the spokesman for a magazine subscription company that hosted popular money giveaways. What was the name of the company, guys?
I don't know.
American Family Publishers.
Okay. That sort of rings
So it
a
wasn't
bell.
Publishers Clearinghouse?
American Family
No.
was not Publishers Clearinghouse. All right.
Is that it for you?
That's it. I'm done.
What was the first U.S. president to take the oath of office using a nickname?
I don't know. That's a good
Jimmy
question.
Carter.
Jimmy Carter.
Yeah.
Wow, that's
and
great.
then,
That's a great question.
Tim's going to get this one. Everybody stand back and be amazed. 5 World Series, 5 Major League teams have never won a World Series. Tim, give me 3 of them. Go.
I was going to say Seattle.
Seattle, I think is
Seattle.
right. San Diego.
I was going to say
San Diego Padres.
San Diego, that's number 2.
Oh, okay. The Colorado?
Yes, here it is. San Diego, Milwaukee, Colorado, Tampa Bay, and Seattle.
All right, the birds question.
Sparrow.
The five most popular or most common birds in the backyards of Americans are number 5, blue jay.
Okay.
Number 2, the crow, American crow. Number 3, the robin. Number 2 is the cardinal. And the most common backyard bird in the United States is the mourning dove.
What?
Wow.
The morning like in
dove.
morning D-O-V-E, morning dove. Yeah, I was sure I said that as well. Have a great weekend, everybody. Take care.